Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Jinger Duggar says parents neglected some of IBLP's teachings. Counting on alum, Jinger Duggar Alleges is back with a new revelation about her parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. The 30-year-old mom has been spreading awareness about the controversial teachings of the IBLP. She even released a book about the questionable practices of Bill Gothard, titled Becoming Free Indeed. However, Jinger shocked many people after saying that even her parents neglected some of their church's rules. Keep reading to see her statements. Counting on. How's Jinger Duggar today? Jinger has been living her best life with Jeremy in Los Angeles. The Counting On alums like to share some of their trips with the kids. This week, Jinger revealed that they traveled to Arizona to play golf. She also participated in a red carpet event during the premiere of Unsung Hero, which was produced by her friend, Joshua Walsh. But aside from trips, Jinger likes to participate in interviews as well. She recently joined a podcast where she opened up about how her parents neglected some of Bill Gothard's commands. Jinger says parents neglected some of Gothard's teachings. During a podcast, Jinger recalled some of the most controversial teachings of Bill Gothard. According to the former Counting On star, there was a time that Gothard told a girl that she needed to do his steps first before she could find freedom. She also recalled that he would hold on to teachings outside of the scriptures, and some of them left her terrorized. Jinger Duggar Alleges later said there were teachings that Jim Bob and Michelle decided not to follow. She didn't exactly share what they were, but it's clear how Jim Bob and Michelle were also careful about the things they taught their kids. So there were things that were taught throughout the teachings, which my parents would have denied or pushed out and said, "Kids, that's not right," the sixth Duggar child said. Counting on. The Duggar family stepping away from core values? Many Counting On fans have noticed how the Duggar family is starting to step away from their beliefs. Wearing pants is becoming a normal thing in the family. Jana herself has worn pants multiple times despite living with her parents. Michelle has also been supportive of Jinger, despite her decision to step away from their church. Furthermore, Joyanna and Abby Duggar took dance classes with their husbands, which is also against the IBLP's core values. Jim Bob and Michelle have yet to resurface since the CSA arrest of their son Josh. But there are speculations that they're starting to give more freedom to their kids now that they're no longer filming with TLC. If you are looking for more Duggar family news, come back to TV shows Ace for all your updates. Jinger Duggar, one of the well-known members of the Duggar family, recently opened up about her experiences growing up within the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP, a controversial religious organization led by Bill Gothard. In a candid conversation, Jinger revealed that she and her siblings were often taught to adhere strictly to the principles of IBLP, but as she has grown older, she has come to recognize that some of those teachings were not only restrictive, but also neglectful. Jinger's reflections on her upbringing provide a rare and deeply personal look into the dynamics of the Duggar family and their association with IBLP. The organization has been criticized for its authoritarian approach to religious teaching, emphasizing strict gender roles, control over personal choices, and a rigid interpretation of biblical principles. For years, the Duggar family was a prominent supporter of IBLP, incorporating its principles into their daily lives, as seen on their reality TV show 19 Kids and Counting. However, Jinger's comments mark a significant shift in her perspective. As she navigates adulthood, marriage, and motherhood, she has begun to question the validity of some of the IBLP's teachings. She admits that, while some of the principles may have been well-intentioned, they often left her feeling restricted and confused about her own identity and desires. Jinger's realization comes as she has stepped away from the more conservative aspects of her upbringing, seeking a more balanced and independent approach to faith. Jinger pointed out how IBLP's emphasis on obedience to authority figures, particularly male leaders, led to a lack of personal autonomy and an unhealthy dynamic within the family structure. She described how these teachings affected her relationship with her parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, who were strong proponents of the IBLP's teachings and often encouraged their children to follow them without question. Jinger admitted that she felt pressure to conform to these ideals, even when they seemed to conflict with her own instincts and desires. One of the most striking aspects of Jinger's revelations is her acknowledgement of how the IBLP's teachings on relationships and gender roles left little room for personal growth and expression. Girls, in particular, were often expected to fulfill certain roles as obedient daughters, supportive wives, and mothers, without much regard for their own personal aspirations or dreams. For Jinger, breaking free from these constraints has been a journey of self-discovery, one that she has embraced as she builds her own family with her husband, Jeremy Vuolo. Jinger's decision to speak out about her experiences comes at a time when many former IBLP followers are beginning to share their stories and offer critiques of the organization. Over the years, there have been reports of emotional and spiritual abuse tied to the teachings of Bill Gothard, with many individuals finding themselves struggling to reconcile their childhood experiences with the values they hold as adults. Jinger's candidness about her own experience adds to the growing conversation about the negative impact of such rigid religious frameworks on young people, particularly women. While Jinger's parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, have largely continued to support the IBLP's teachings, Jinger's shift in perspective signals her desire for personal growth, freedom, and a more balanced approach to faith. Her comments offer a glimpse into the complexities of growing up in such a high-profile, faith-driven family, and they raise important questions about the cost of unquestioning adherence to a particular belief system. Despite her departure from some of IBLP's more restrictive teachings, Jinger emphasized that her faith is still important to her, though she no longer feels bound by the same set of rules that governed her upbringing. In her journey of self-discovery, she has found a space where she can live authentically, embracing a more open-minded approach to both her spiritual life and her personal relationships. As she continues to build her life with her family, Jinger remains committed to forging her own path, one that honors her past but also allows her to grow beyond the confines of the IBLP's influence. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our Reality T24 channel and stay with us.